Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. We are currently in maintenance mode, and I don't not my normal setup, because normally I'd have my iPad over there, and we'd be able to look at who the new free GHB or whoever was gonna be. But I can't do that because the game is offline. So we are recentered, and I am bigger for you right now. So maybe I'll keep it like this. I'm taking up a large portion of the screen here. Anyway, we know it's Rearmed Reinhardt. I was hoping it would be an Ascended. It's not. Uh, we have new heroes. So it sounds like hopefully I can just spark and be done with it. I don't actually know what weapon type Reinhardt is. But I'm hoping it's nothing I'm not concerned about. I'm hoping. Is that mail art?
My name's
It
Tina.
is.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Tina. From Thracious776.
Heading out.
Hello. Okay, Thief. Nudge, Holy Pressure. Oh! Interesting. Wrathful Tempo. Some new staff skills in Standard. That's interesting.
Don't bully me.
Okay. Okay. That seems like a dub to me. We have another step? Another
My aid
step.
is yours.
Why are there so
What
many
shall we do?
steps? Let's repair. Are we getting new staffs? What's staves? What's happening here?
Repent.
What's going on here? 2 staff units. Not a staff. I'm pretty sure.
I'll dance as long as it helps keep everyone's spirits
I'm like,
up.
pretty sure it's not a staff? No. Okay. I was like, wait, but like, what? Okay, Rock Slide Dance 2. That's pretty big. That's pretty big. Okay. And she's our new 4-star. In red, no less. So that's kind of nice, I think. Or is that worse? What are you, Reinhardt? You're a blue tome, aren't you? You're gonna be a blue tome, aren't you?
But thunder magic seems to
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh. Blue tome. Fine. It's fine. We don't need it. We don't need it. Don't need it. We don't. The thing about it is, we don't need it.
I call thunder.
I don't need it. I don't know what it does, but I probably don't need it. Right? I probably don't need it. Oh, we're meeting Hawk Claw Knife Lady. Okay, so we're not seeing the free unit, which is a bummer. I was hoping maybe. No. Okay. So we don't know who the GHB is yet. Those who pay attention to things of nefarious means, you'll be able to find out sooner or later after maintenance ends. But interesting, no green units. 2 new staffs. A pretty valuable dancer, honestly, with Rock Slide 2. So some pretty good pre-inheritance fodder in the 4-star pool. And then another blue tome for our arcane needs. I feel like we're filling some niche gaps with this banner. which, you know, where I stand on all of this like crazy skill uh stuff that's they're just constantly coming out with new skills, and they don't really have the inheritance to cover the gaps to be able to get enough skills out of individual um inheritance. I feel like you should have had Rock Slide 2 in a fair amount of abundance before you release somebody with a Rock Slide, right? That's just me. Okay. I feel like you should have the pre-inheritance availability before the premium inheritance. Okay. Um, but it seems like they're kind of starting to course correct a little bit. Still no arcane staff, but we have two new staff users with some skills, and I almost feel like the staff is inheritable. Is that crazy? I feel like the staff is inheritable on these two. Let's go back and look. Okay, so we got Tina, right? Thief. I feel like Thief is an inheritable staff, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. I anyway. So foe can't counterattack. Foe can't counterattack. Foe cannot counterattack. We're accelerating special trigger. At start of turn grants the bonus effects on active on foe with the most bonus effects active, excluding stat bonuses to unit and allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn, and neutralizes bonus effects active on that foe, excluding bonuses granted at the start of turn. Inflicts Omni debuff of 4 on foes within 3 columns, 3 rows centered during combat. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants attack speed plus 60 unit during combat and deals damage equal to the number of bonus effects active on unit, excluding stat bonuses. Times 5, max 20, so 4 net. Excluding AoE specials. Okay. So we're dealing damage based on buffs. Or bonuses, rather. Okay. So, pretty fair trade-off, I think. We've got Holy Pressure, we've got Nudge, right? Those are all nice to have. And all of it's in the normal pool. On top of it, we've got Attack Speed Ideal 4, which, given the staff with the whole bonus concept, okay. Not typically, for a skill that's called Ideal, not typically the most ideal A-slot skill for most units. But I can at least see where the synergy thought is coming from. We got Infantry Pulse 4. Okay. And then we have Wrathful Tempo, which is a new B skill for staffs. We're calculating damage from staff like other weapons. Inflict speed res -4 on foe and neutralize effects that grant special cooldown charge +X to foe, or inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. So overall, pretty interesting. This is, I wasn't expecting like a niche fill gap banner, but this is kind of what it seems to be like to me. So we're going to steal bonus effects from foes, and we can slow groups of foes with our special. So that, I mean, yeah, the bonus thing is really just the niche that she is exploiting there. So I guess that's a pretty good TLDR in my opinion. Then we have
my aid is yours.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Safi. She didn't say her name. So Safi, Safay, who the heck knows? Probably someone will let me know in comments. Repair, which I feel like is also an inheritable staff, just based on the name alone. So that's interesting. We don't have a scroll here, I don't think, since we're looking at a C skill down there. But we do have Holy Panic. Okay, so we now have Holy Pressure, Holy Panic in standard pool, which is kind of crazy. Although Holy Panic, who had that? I don't know who has Holy Panic. But I don't think it's in standard pool. I'm trying to remember the thing that Ascended Lincia has, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Return Plus. Repair is going to calculate damage from staff like other weapons. Accelerate special trigger. At start of turn, neutralizes any penalty on unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit, excluding penalties inflicted at start turn, and restores 20 HP to those units. Grants Omni buff of 4 to allies within 2 spaces during combat. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants Omni buff of 5 to unit during combat, and unit makes guaranteed follow-up attack. So obviously pretty good for slower staffs, I think is what we're gathering here. And the one prior, I think we were also, I think we were debuffing speed res during combat, if I'm not mistaken, with the B skill on the previous unit. So that staff probably better on speedier units. This one probably better on slower units, given the guaranteed follow-up. Again, if they are inheritable, which I feel like they are, or they will be, we'll find out. We got Stillwater 4, which is great, you know. Fair amount of units now. Kind of like Stillwater, to be honest. Stillwater, not exactly the most optimal A skill for units when it first came out. There weren't a lot of units that liked having that, per se, as their optimized A, but there's a fair amount. There's an okay amount of units that really like that skill now, so that's kind of, it's nice to have that. And then we have a new ploy 3 skill in attack speed flavor. At start of player phase or enemy phase, any foes within 3 rows or 3 columns centered on units have res less than units res plus 5, and inflicts attack speed minus 7, ploy, and exposure on those foes through the next actions. There you go. Overall, pretty solid kit. We're catering to staffs, which is interesting. They did a fair amount of staff catering last year at the beginning of the year too. So not 100% sure what's going on here. Heals herself and nearby allies at the start of turn. Her special hits even durable foes hard and inflicts panic on groups. There you go. And then we have our newest refresh, I think. Lara?
I'll dance as long as it helps keep everyone's spirits up.
Okay, she didn't actually say. As unfortunate. But she is a 4-star, and she has Rock Slide 2, which is great. We got Attack Smoke 3, we got Dance, Clever Dagger. Start of combat, the unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack speed plus 5 during combat, and it reduces damage from foes or stacked during combat by 30%. Which, honestly, if you are a refresh dagger, that's not bad. That's pretty good. You're buffing your attack and your speed. Speed's pretty important, right? You don't want to get doubled. Speed is always really nice to have on refreshers. And then, you know, you're reducing damage from the first hit you take by 30%. And hopefully you're fast enough you don't take a second. Honestly, that's pretty good for refresh daggers specifically. I think that's pretty solid. Or maybe if you're just trying to have a very low proc special on, I don't know, some kind of dagger. Maybe it's good. Take 1 hit, fire back with a special. I don't know. Overall, not terrible, though. I think it fits the theme of the refresh dagger pretty well. Attack Smoke 3 in the year 2024. I don't know. But obviously, this is the more focused thing that you're going to want to inherit. It's probably this and that, honestly. But overall, you know, I think solid. You know, her weapon grants attack plus 5 damage for attack, rock speed, rock slide dance, yay. And then obviously the big. Look how big his hands are, dude. That's crazy. Reinhardt, blue tome. We are rearmed. Yikes. Arcane Thunder. Accelerate special trigger. At start of combat, if unit's HP is granted 25%. Grants Omni buff of 5 to unit. Grants special cooldown charge plus 1 to unit per attack. And neutralizes foes bonuses to speed res during combat. And also, if unit speed is greater than foe's speed, neutralize effects that guarantees foes follow-up attacks and effects that prevent units follow-up attacks during combat. Did we get a look at his speed? Oh, he's so fast. Dude, they made SPEEDHARTT a thing for his rearmed. That's funny. That's funny. That's actually really funny. That's crazy. Bro, they gave him a speedy... see, they're self-aware. They're self-aware. I am always so firmly in the camp. They're you know, Faye is disconnected from the player base and stuff. And then once in a while, they're like, oh, they want Speed Reinhardt, the meme? Okay. Here. Take it. That's funny. That's really funny. That's cool. I think that's cool. Controversial? Maybe. Give him a weapon refine. In his base form. We'll give it... Whatever. So overall, much like the trend of arcane weapons in the past, the first version they introduce of the weapon type is typically for slower units. The second that they introduce is typically for faster units. Blue tomes now firmly fall in that camp. Sometimes it's not as overtly obvious. Like the bows, I think, are relatively good on whoever you want to put what on. They just do different things. But this is obviously definitely meant... I mean, you have a speed check for crying out loud. This is definitely a speed bow or a speed blue tome, for sure. So we got Thunder's Fist, which is his preferred A. Start combat if he uses HP is greater than 25%. Omni buff is 7 unit during combat and deals damage equal to 50% of unit's attack. And also, if unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foes for attack by 50% during combat. And if number of spaces from foes start percentage greater than equal to 2, unit attacks twice. So there is that classic Brave effect thrown in here that is so simultaneous with the name Reinhardt. We got Defense Res Smoke 3. We got SR Far Trace 4. Which I was wondering when the Trace 4 skills would hit. Here they are. We're here. We're living this. We got Enables Canto. Inflicts Speed Res minus 4 on foe during combat. Deals plus 7 damage. Including when dealing damage with a special trigger before combat. Canto Rem Min 1 is after an attack, assist skill, or structure. You can move spaces equal to any movement not already used that turn, minimum of 1. If unit used a movement skill that warped them, its remaining movement is 1. Okay. So is it that big of an upgrade? You're debuffing, you know, 1 extra point on 2 stats, and then you're dealing plus 7 damage. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Is it that big of an upgrade over Trace 3? I would argue it's not a huge upgrade, but it is definitely an upgrade that would probably be noticeable in certain circumstances. How much true damage do you ever need? That is the question, right? So on certain units, you will definitely feel the upgrade on this. Other ones, you might not, because I don't think it's that big of an upgrade necessarily. So, much like the entire banner itself, it feels very niche and a little bit situational, honestly. His arcane weapon speeds up his special and nullifies bonuses. Also helps allies position. Yeah. I don't know who our GHP is, but it's somebody from Thracia. that is what I am assuming, unless it's a red herring and it's literally her. But overall, I think it's a really interesting banner. I think it is very niche, and to do some like more unique fill gaps that have been maybe not as, what do I want to say, embellished on in recent times. I think it's good. I think it's good. I think your desire to pull on this banner is going to be very dependent about where your account sits specifically. And I think that's okay, because there are a lot of banners coming up. And so if this caters to more of a niche audience, then that's great. That's great. I know a lot of people have wanted, new stuff or just more availability in general for powered up staff options, which we have. We've got some interesting fill gap with the refresh here. And then SPEEDHART. A legitimate thing. now in a delicious base kit that you don't really have to modify too much. Yeah, I see it as a win. I see it as a win. I'll be summoning. I will go Spark. I will Spark a Reinhardt, frankly. Because Lord knows I'm going to get enough pity breaks on Cullis throughout the rest of the year. No need to rush to get a bunch of staff upgrades for me right now. That will come at a later date. But yeah, I think overall it's a really interesting thing that they've done with this banner. And so, hey, I'm on board with it, personally. Let me know what you think in the comments. And I will be live or back with another video at some point in the near future. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.